All right, guys, today Bethesda Games made a very significant announcement and they revealed that they are making a new Indiana Jones game. And a lot of people are very excited about this. A lot of people are also wondering, since Bethesda is going to be acquired by Microsoft, whether or not this means this future Indiana Jones title is going to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem, or if PlayStation owners can expect to be able to play this title on their preferred platform as well. So I want to just take some time to talk about this. If you could do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button to help the video out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification icon as well. But looking over on Bethesda's Twitter, they put out a little 30-second teaser trailer where if you watch the whole thing, it was very obvious that this was some type of Indiana Jones related project. And I think that this is kind of coming out of nowhere. So a lot of people were certainly surprised by this. But they put out a tweet that says, a new Indiana Jones game with an original story is in development from our studio MachineGames and will be executive produced by Todd Howard in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. And it says it'll be some time before we have more to reveal, but we're very excited to share today's news. Now, there's a lot of really important things to take away from this. And honestly, none of it lets us know whether or not this is going to be like an Xbox exclusive or if it's going to be a multi-platform title. I do want to say just off the bat here that because they're working with Lucasfilm Games, that to me makes it seem more likely it will be a multi-platform title. But again, we don't know. I think what's interesting is that MachineGames is going to be developing it, and they do let us know it will be some time before they have more to reveal. Now, Bethesda is known to do this, okay? Bethesda is known to announce and reveal games. I don't want to say reveal, because saying reveal implies that they've revealed like a significant amount, but just announce games like way before they're coming out. I believe they announced The Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield like over 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at this point. I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's been a really long time. And I think we're looking at a very similar situation with this. To be honest, I would not expect this game to be arriving until at least late 2023, probably more realistically 2024. But the fact that MachineGames is going to be developing it, that's what's pretty interesting to me, because these are the people who made the Wolfenstein games. And when you think about Indiana Jones and what that type of gameplay, like an action-adventure game, would be like, it's just so weird that MachineGames would be the studio tasked with developing that. So I think that it's really up in the air as to like what this game will be like, quality-wise, gameplay-wise, anything really, because MachineGames, I don't know, they will have a chance here to do something completely different and new, and you know, I don't know what to expect in that way. So yeah, Todd Howard is going to be the executive producer, and it's weird because, you know, the conversation, as I said, immediately goes to, you know, will this be a exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem? Well, I can tell you right now, as long as this Bethesda acquisition falls through, or goes through, I should say, which it's supposed to sometime this year, I think it's safe to say this will be a day one Game Pass title, which will be great for Microsoft, obviously. But I just want to say, and I have to say this because I put out a tweet where I was responding to an article from Push Square where they were letting us know that this game was announced, but they also asked the question in their tweet, but will it come to PS5? And so I responded with an answer saying, I'm not sure that it will matter if it comes to PS5, because I'm almost certain, or I'm confident in saying that I think Sony will have another Uncharted title that will release exclusively on the PlayStation 5, probably at around the same time this Indiana Jones game comes out. And a lot of people did not like what I had to say because they just jumped to conclusions. They don't understand what I'm trying to convey. They think that me saying that is the equivalent of me saying, well, if this future Indiana Jones game isn't on PlayStation, then it's going to be a bad game. Obviously, that's not at all what I said, nor did I imply that. What I was saying, to be more clear about it, is that I don't think Sony has to worry about whether or not this future Indiana Jones title releases on PlayStation, because they already have their own Indiana Jones-like franchise in Uncharted. Do you see what I'm saying? So it would be great if this title ends up releasing on PlayStation in the future, but I don't think PlayStation fans are going to necessarily be missing out on all too much if we do in fact get another Uncharted title. Now, there's probably a lot of people saying, well, why would you assume that there's going to be another Uncharted title in the future from Sony? Aren't they, resting the Uncharted franchise right now? Well, we've talked about it before, and I'll mention it briefly here once again. Sony San Diego, they have a secret team that we are not officially aware of yet, but they do exist. They've been hiring ex-Naughty Dog developers and bringing them over to the studio to work on an action-adventure game, a AAA action-adventure game that's a cinematic action-adventure game as well. So a lot of people are believing that this is the studio that's going to be handed the Uncharted torch, because it's pretty clear that Naughty Dog is not going to be doing any more Uncharted. So Sony probably wants to continue doing Uncharted. It's such a big franchise for them, and it makes them a lot of money. And so they have a new movie coming out for it. So I'm sure they're going to want to continue it, in the gaming space. And so for a long time, the speculation has been that's what this studio is tasked with. The secret Sony San Diego studio is, continuing Uncharted. And I think it's extremely likely that there will be another Uncharted. Now, I'm going on this little tangent just because I think this is actually good. Like, I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones fan by any means. I'm really not. So I'm not necessarily super excited about this announcement. I think it's cool, and it will be very interesting to see the first proper gameplay or trailer we get from this, but it seems like that's a ways off from now. But, if it does end up being an Xbox ecosystem exclusive, that could actually work out to be a good thing as well if Sony does in fact bring Uncharted back, because then we're going to have some serious competition there. Then maybe you throw Tomb Raider in the mix, and it's looking good for the, for this specific genre of game. And so, yeah, I just wanted to take some time to talk about this because, a lot of people have immediately jumped to certain conclusions here and made a lot of assumptions. And, I've made my own assumption, and that is, hey, if this does end up being an Xbox exclusive, I think that's going to be perfectly fine. I don't think Sony's going to be hurting because of that. And that would be good for Xbox, right? It wouldn't be great for PlayStation fans who would prefer to play a title like this in the future on their PlayStation console. But still, I was just trying to make the point that, Uncharted exists, and that's Sony's own version of Indiana Jones, basically. I mean, does anybody honestly disagree with that sentiment? I don't think so. But yeah, good news, honestly. I think that this is something that Xbox fans are going to be very excited about, because a lot of them are going to assume that this title will be exclusive, but we still have no idea what Microsoft's plans are in general for Bethesda Games. This is the big unanswered question that hopefully we'll get a solid answer to sometime this year, and that is, when Bethesda officially becomes part of Microsoft, what happens with their future titles? And this title, this new Indiana Jones title, falls within that question mark. So yeah, that does it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think about the announcement of this new Indiana Jones game? Does this have you excited? Do you think it will be a multi-platform title? And when do you think we'll see the first proper trailer or gameplay of this? Let me know in the comments. Leave the video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.